Hey everyone, it's September 15th, and that means that if today's your birthday, you share with Russo-Ukrainian serial killer Serhiy Tkach, known as the Polagovsky Maniac, who murdered at least 37 young women and girls beginning in the early 1980s. And that is him right over there. And I'd like to apologize for my terrible Russian pronunciation. Born in Kiselyevsk in the former USSR in 1952, Tkach was married multiple times and fathered 4 children, with his marriages always ending due to his extreme cruelty and heavy drinking. A veteran of the Soviet war in Afghanistan, he worked for the police as a criminal investigator and often had to exhume bodies for forensic examination. In 1979, Tkach was fired from his job for faking evidence and worked odd jobs to earn a living until 1982, when he moved to Ukraine, where he was hired by the local police. It was then that he embarked upon one of the worst murder sprees the world has ever seen. He later said that he was trying to get revenge on women for rejecting him when he was younger, and that he felt mistreated by his wives, leading to him hating women. Whatever the reason, in the early 1980s, young women and girls between 8 and 18 began to go missing in eastern Ukraine. Because of his experience working for the police, he knew their investigative tactics and would use this knowledge to help cover up his crimes. He often lured his victims to freshly laid railroad tracks where he knew the tar used would throw police dogs off his scent. For over 20 years, Tkach hunted the women and girls of Ukraine, getting them alone, where he would sexually assault and strangle them with a cord, then often commit acts of necrophilia before burying their bodies. He's admitted to killing up to 100 victims this way, and at least 15 men were arrested and 6 convicted for murders that were later determined to have been his handiwork. One man killed himself in detention after the police accused him of killing his own daughter, and some were tortured until they admitted to murder. His crimes lasted all the way until 2005, when Tkach showed up to the funeral of one of his victims, where her peers realized that they had seen her with him just before her abduction. He was arrested and confessed to over 100 murders and demanded the death penalty for himself. A 1-year trial ensued in 2008, ending with a conviction for 37 killings, and the release from prison of numerous men who had been wrongfully convicted. He was sentenced to life in prison, and by this point had become a media sensation. A 16-year-old girl watched the news coverage in 2008 and became fascinated with him, falling in love with the monster she saw on her TV screen. She began visiting him in prison, and in 2015 she became his bride, saying, "I am not scared by his conviction. It is good that women are scared of him. If that's the case, there is less competition for me." His new bride even went so far as to say that she would have helped him bury the bodies. After conjugal visits, she gave birth to a daughter in 2016, and the couple can be seen in the Netflix documentary Inside the World's Toughest Prisons. If you're single, you should feel terrible at this point. But she eventually stopped visiting her husband, and he passed away in 2018, with prison officials saying that he seemed to have died of a broken heart. If this is your birthday, I hope you have a great day. Leave me a comment so I can wish you a happy birthday. If you know someone whose birthday it is today, send them this video so they can find out all about their birthday twin. And to Serhiy Tkach, I say, happy birthday, you bastard.